Hi lovely people! Today we're going to have SMF students react to everyone's favorite discussion topic, gender reveals.
The first of what we now call gender reveals happened in 2008 when a couple decided to get together with some friends and have a chill party to celebrate the upcoming birth of their first child. They had just found out the sex of their baby, so they decided to share the news by baking a pink cake and turning the cake cutting into a fun game. The mom has since been very clear that her thoughts on gender reveals and gender in general have changed a lot since she hosted her small party. She recently said that the focus on gender takes away from focusing on the talents and interests of the child. She also said that the current trend of people trying to one-up each other has taken the trend too far. And she even posted on Facebook saying, "Stop burning things down to tell everyone about your kid's penis."
So I'm just gonna go ahead and start the video. Ooh. So one of the things I want to get into right off the bat is just one of the things that really bugs me about gender reveal parties is that the sex of the baby literally means nothing. Like all these parties rely on like the traditional gender roles, and the party's basically built around them as a theme. Like the sex of a baby literally means nothing as to how that child's gonna turn out. And the cake in this video actually just reminded me, but have you guys ever seen those gender reveal cakes? And they literally have like a ridiculous slogan on them, like basketball or ballet, or I saw one like earlier today that was tractors or tiaras, and it's just like those activities or those items are referring to the sex of the baby. Like it's literally just gendering activities. And like a girl isn't necessarily gonna like ballet, and a boy isn't necessarily gonna like basketball. So many gender reveals act like they're assigning an entire personality to a person based on their sex. Anybody can turn out to be anybody, and that's the cool thing about being a human, you know? I don't know, I find that gender reveal parties always rely on such traditional gender norms, and they're so outdated, and yeah. Let's keep watching.
Oh no, the sprinkles are gonna get in the cake. His reaction is priceless. Oh no, I'm nervous.
I wonder if they built this treehouse just for this. He looks so awkward.
Oh, I don't like that. I get so uncomfortable when it's clear that one parent clearly wanted like the opposite sex child than what they're expecting, or they get ridiculously overexcited by one result. Like I noticed this especially when like a father gets aggressively excited when the cake is blue, or almost gives a begrudging smile and a hug to his wife when the balloon smoke or whatever that stuff is pink. Like it just makes me so frustrated. And then something like this where he's just like, oh no, what have I gotten myself into? Like, you wanted a baby. So like, I don't know, why does it matter?
Oh, they have a cake in this one. The cake is pink. Why is the cake pink? I thought you weren't supposed to put the colors on the outside. Is that why she looks so confused? She looks so confused. Just gonna get my tea here. I don't know what's happening. They look like they don't know what's happening either. Oh, there they go. They have a cannon thingy. Oh, he's proposing. Oh, okay. That's kind of nice. That's a lot of emotional weight to put on the person at once. You're having a boy. Also, marry me. I hope they're happy. Another cake. You know, I really bet it must take skill for them to cut through a cake without revealing on the knife when they pull out what the color of the cake is inside. What's it gonna be? Suspense. Oh, it's a boy. Or is it? See, that's the thing. That's the thing that gets me about these gender reveals. They're actually genital reveals. You're telling your friends and family in a very extravagant way about the genitals, not the gender. Because calling them gender reveals, that's really misleading. And it also implies that gender is fixed, as though once they cut that cake, your child is always and forever going to hold an identity of the color of the cake. Just because you and some doctors are gonna assign it to them. That's a wild assumption to make.
Oh. I wonder if that was on purpose or not. It's a puppy! Okay, I like that one. Forget the gender reveal. I just want a prancing horse. What the heck? Oh my gosh. It's coming out of the tuba.
These huge, like, baby blow-up outfits. I don't understand what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, is it just a race and then they'll find out either way? Okay.
You know, and another thing. You know what? I had this thought. And another thing. There's an assumption that this child is only gonna have either a penis or a vagina. As though intersex conditions don't exist. And they do. And they're valid. Sex itself, sex as a concept, including genitals that you're so interested in talking about, guys, it's not a binary. It's just not. There's no boy or girl. There's not just two options. Sometimes babies don't fall into those rigidly defined categories based on their external genitals, internal reproductive organs, hormones, or their chromosomes. Babies could be so many different beautiful things. And why are we sitting here looting it? Saying, oh, you gotta be one or you gotta be the other. My only question is, where are the gender reveals for intersex babies? Where are they? I want them. I need them. The colors, they're purple and yellow, folks. Purple circle and a yellow flag. Get it going. Get that going. I want to celebrate intersex babies. I want to do it.
I love that even after the piñata is clearly broken and they found out the gender, this man is like still going. He's so excited. I do admit, it's so nice to see how happy people are.
Oh dang, we're going big here. Is he gonna just throw the ball in the air or? Oh! Oh dang, they can give the bat to their kid. He thought the baby was gonna come out of the balloon. He thought the baby was gonna come out of the balloon.
What I think is interesting too is that all the couples in the clips we've watched, they present as heterosexual. I can't assume they are because they could be bisexual, pansexual, but it's just interesting that in all the couples that we've seen, no same-sex couples have been shown, you know? I think this could just be because the whole concept of gender reveals seems very heteronormative and relies on gender norms that are usually held more strongly by heterosexuals. I think that the whole culture of like girls and boys having specific roles and very specific expectations for how they're gonna turn out is just more common within the context of heteronormativity. And continuing to do gender reveals just reinforces a heteronormative society. They just completely support that whole notion of having very rigid definitions of what it means to be a boy or a girl. I think in general, the LGBTQ plus community just tends to be much more flexible in terms of gender norms and gender roles than heterosexuals. I feel like the queer community by nature just have more fluidity when it comes to gender identities and understanding that a person can just be anything. So yeah, just wanted to point that out because I thought it was really interesting. It would be interesting to see how some queer couples announce the sex of the baby compared to the ones we just watched today, and like if they even do it at all, I guess.
Not only are there heaps of concerns regarding the reinforcement of outdated stereotypes and gender roles, but gender reveal parties are also cause of quite a few environmental and physical concerns as well. Rosie Blunt, reporting for BBC News, details horrific events that have been the result of gender reveal parties. For example, in 2019, a woman unfortunately passed away after being hit by a shard of metal when an explosive device, meant to shoot either pink or blue smoke, exploded in the same manner as a pipe bomb. In response, police have advised families that explosives should not be handled at home, and this is a reminder of the dangers that this level of extravagance poses. Probably the most well-known event at the beginning of 2020 were the California forest fires that were sparked when an explosive malfunctioned during a gender reveal party. However, this is not the first time that we've seen enormous damage and fires caused by these outlandish parties. In 2017, a man set 47,000 acres of land on fire in Arizona when a device made to shoot a target malfunctioned. Other instances involved a man feeding his alligator a watermelon full of blue jelly, which both rose concerns for the animal's welfare as well as the owners, as well as car explosions as a result of rigging a car to emit either blue or pink smoke. Even as we saw in the video, it's a popular trend. Comparing and competing on social media has created this sort of one-up culture, causing us to lose sight of what is safe and reasonable, and instead focusing on what will receive the most likes and what will go viral. The physical dangers mixed in with the mental impacts of what it means to set this binary precedent leaves us asking, where do we go from here? Kristen Perry, reporting for Very Well Family, interviews Margarita Raphael, who provides some alternative options than the traditional gender reveal. The one that stands out is renaming these parties. Some examples are sex reveal parties or anatomy reveal parties, making it clear that it does not equate to the baby's gender. What's particularly interesting about these suggestions is the continued fixation on the unborn baby's genitalia and what it will mean for the family. I'm left wondering, why do we need these parties at all? Sure, many people are advocating that these are important ways to experience some joy during the pandemic, but why not just have a baby shower or just throw a celebration? How did we get to a point where making our children's sex known is more important than the safety of our communities and the safety of our families?
A celebration like a gender reveal can make the pregnancy feel more real to some people. It's hard to know very much about the baby until it's born, so knowing this fact about what sex the baby is going to be could increase that sense of reality and familiarity for some people. What's missing, though, is the real possibility that something could still go wrong, especially for someone who's still very early on in their pregnancy, like so many of these people are. These celebrations can also send the message that birth is an expected part of every pregnancy, and that can be really painful for people who have lost pregnancies.
I guess overall, I just find gender reveals pretty annoying because they're just completely unnecessary. You know, like I said earlier, the sex of a baby doesn't tell you anything about how that child's gonna turn out. And the whole idea behind these parties too is just, it's celebrating the expectations you have for that child based on the sex that they're assigned at birth. Like, that's really not great. And I think as a society, we just need to become more conscious about how little a child's assigned sex at birth really matters for who they're gonna be.
Okay. If you're gonna have a gender reveal, that's fine. You do you, not my thing, could be yours. Okay. But do it in a way that makes you an ally, because it's such a small change, but it can be so meaningful and so important to a community of people, and also to your child one day, possibly. Instead of having all of those pinks and blues and boy or girl, just make it party decorations. Make it something more neutral. Put pink and blue and purple and yellow and orange, and don't treat it like we're doing this or this. Just treat it like the reveal of what your baby's assigned sex is going to be at that time. Celebrate if you want, and also have it concretely in your mind and in your party that might change, and that's okay. And you are gonna love your child no matter what. That's my 2 cents.